MRecktv.
Bring back the man in you, not because you need to, but because you will want to. Improve your weight room and bedroom performance with the all-new Vasoflux for Men natural dietary supplement. This unique blend of barks, roots, herbs, and vitamins is nature's way of keeping you in the game. And all for under $10. You can order yours today. Visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today.
That bloodline. Now, I'm gonna ask you this. With Big Pun, he had like hit records like Still Not a Player. You know what I'm saying? It's So Hard. And, you know, so forth and so on. Now, do you feel like you have those type of records in your catalog?
Oh, hell no. Yeah, not like Still Not a Player level. Like, definitely not. And like, I have records that are lyrically on par with some of his crazy lyrical ones or like going off. But overall, like, me and him are two different artists, like, and in two different time periods. Like, I think it would have been easier for someone like me to thrive in like the 90s where it was heavily focused on lyrics and different things like that. Now you kind of have to be a jack of all trades and have different things. Plus, my father was at a time where he was spitting a lot of horrorcore, that gangster shit. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I may jump on records like that, or I've said things in the past, like, but like, that's not my, like, you know, I'm not out here actively rocking niggas with Terror Squad chains and out here really beating the crap. Like, you know, it's not, you know, that. And if it is, like, I'm not the type to want to glorify that or that be the subject matter of my music. I want my music is different. So it's two different types of things. But I would say the quality of the record, like, yeah, I don't have something that's a major hit right now. Like, I'm more of developing a core following and a core fan base. And back then, the game was different where the internet wasn't really as prevalent. So you needed radio hits, and to fit certain markets, you needed to go certain things. My father was a genius with that, where he said it in the song too. He's like, "What you want to do? You want to wild out? You want to dance? I got all that." Like, he had shit for the street dudes, he had shit for the ladies, and he had stuff like, he was really a genius with that. And he had the machine behind him. And once he started popping, and then it was so much more than just the music. It was what he said in the music, people knew to be true in the street. So it was a whole over-encompassing like thing, and he was the first of his kind at that time. Like, this is 20 years after he passed. Music is different now. The way that you format music is different now. The way what kind of music works is different now. What you would hear on the radio back in the 90s when he was out is not what you would hear on the radio now. You get what I mean? Like, so, and nor is the radio as important as far as it being the only route in order to become successful. Like, so with the internet, you're able to develop these niche followings and, you know, all stuff like that. So no, I don't have things like that. And I don't actively think about making hits while I'm making music. You know what I mean? I'm still discovering who I am as an artist. I think my last project is the most indicative of who I am as an artist, but the art is growing after a while. In the beginning, I was very linear, just proving that I could rap my ass off, and I got real rap, but people don't appreciate that sort of music at a mass scale anymore. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you get it. Like,
yeah,
to you doing this interview, you get it. What it is. Like,
yeah.
Salute you for that, because a lot of people think it's about, oh, I gotta show these niggas that I'm nice. Yo, like, 20 years in the game, niggas already know you nice.
Exactly, and think about it this way. It's like, you know, think about all the people who's super successful right now. What are they successful for? For rapping their asses off? No, like, it's deeper than that, and you have to acknowledge that. I'm not saying that there isn't a market for it. You know, Tech Nine a few years ago made more money than like most mainstream artists, and he did it underground and independently. Like, there's still niche markets for these things, and there's still huge cult followings for it. But at the same time, music has become about the hybrids and about the total encompassing of the artist. And with social media, people want to get more familiarized with who the person is. Like, there's some people winning that they make terrible music, but because people are in love with them as a person, they are very successful because people go and buy everything they have and watch all their videos. So it's important to think about the difference of that and to see where you fit in, like how you could be naturally yourself. So me, I'm just discovering how I could be more myself. inside of music and also outside of music as well, where I plan to take it bigger than music, make it more multi-platform media type thing, and not just be a musical artist and find forms of expression beyond that. So, you know, ideally, obviously, I would love to be able to get a record that's considered a hit because it, you know, it had a certain amount of streams, or so obviously that's good for your career and your trajectory and things like that. But I'm not banking on a one-hit wonder. It would be great to happen. It's like hitting the lottery, but I don't plan on only becoming successful or financially stable in life because I won the lottery. Like, I'm gonna do it regardless in my way, whether it's a slow burn or not. And the same thing goes with music. Like, it's a slow burn. Like, I'm gonna keep developing that core following, and if a hit comes, a hit comes. If not, you know, like same thing with Russ. Like, he just stood consistent for years, and now he's huge, and he does a lot more than a lot of people who have hits. So, you know, it's a process, but it's all good.
Do me this favor, because I think you lyrically a monster. What is your process when it comes to writing bars?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's changed over time. Like, in the beginning, I definitely was way more focused on proving that I could rap, and I think it showed when my lyrics were super systematically, like just combining words and making it sound crazy. Like, yeah, like that was the process in the beginning, but over time, I realized, like, you know, that was me just trying to prove that I could rap, and I don't feel like I have anything to prove at this point. So now I do my best to make music that's real from the heart and very relatable, because those are the songs and those are the artists that I mess with the most. Not some of the artists that I like the most. It's not even the most lyrical record that's my favorite. It's the one that I felt the most. So now when I go for a record, I find the flow first and the tone. And that reason being is that, you know, I realized in the beginning a lot of my music was only good if you sat there and really listened to it to hear everything I was saying. You know what I mean? That alienates the majority of the population that consumes music, because most people don't actually sit down and dissect music. It may be a lot of people, but it's a small chunk of music listeners that do that. So you want to be able to have, and as an artist listening, you want your music to be able to play in the background with no one actually paying attention to it, that they still mess with it. And that comes with the flow and the tone and stuff like that. So if you're not actually listening, you're still going to appreciate it because it's making you have that bop because of the flow and the tone. Everything sits right, so you're still vibing to it. And if you actually took the time to actually listen to it, then you realize I'm actually at the same time. So I put in my 10,000 hours, so I know wherever I write, it's not going to be garbage. Like, I'm not going to write trash bars. So I'm not focused on writing the most pivotal, crazy bars. No, I'm focused on the flow being right, the tone, everything being good there. It sounds good, cool. Now how can I fill this in? And when I'm filling in the words, I'm more so in the aspect of not rhyming just to rhyme. Oh, I said systematically, like, no, I'm focused on actually saying things that mean something. So when someone hears it, they're like, wow, I relate to that, and that hit because I also been through that. So you want to talk from a very real place. So after that, it's just making sure that I stay in the real place. If I want to come up with a hook, I make sure that it's catchy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you want your song to be effective. Like, there's different people who are respected, and there's people who are effective, and there's people who are both. And I think the most successful people are the people who are both. Someone who's respected, it's like someone like Lupe Fiasco, where I feel he's one of the most amazing artists. He's in my top 5, but he doesn't get the notoriety that he probably deserves, being as skilled as he is. And then you have someone, I don't know, like let's say like Lil Yachty or someone in that world where they're probably not respected as lyricists, but they're very effective because they'll get a lot of sales or a lot of views. You know what I mean? Then there's people who do both, like my father did, or like more recent, like Kendrick Lamar does, or something like that, where he's able to really rap at a high quality, give you art and good music, but it's also very effective because it does well. He gets a lot of notoriety, and that's finding that balance. A song by Kendrick that is Pull Up, Drink, Headshot, Drink, where everyone was like, I don't know if you remember when that song came out, but everyone was partying. It's on the radio, it's everywhere. And then if you really listen to the lyrics, he's actually rapping about the horrors of alcohol and how it affects you negatively. So he stood in his core of who he was. He didn't sell out. He still had a positive message to the song. He still had something that he was trying to make a change, which is consistent with his brand. And at the same time, he still made the record formatted and sounded in a way that people are going to party to. It's going to be effective at the same. It's going to get out there. And I think that's the genius way to write. And that's what's important. And I try to get that writing process. So I'm trying to get there, or rather, get as close to that as I could be.
Being that you mentioned artists like Kendrick, Lupe Fiasco, are those two? Well, you did say Lupe Fiasco. he's one of the people in your top 5. Who else is in your top 5?
It's difficult because there's a time.
Bring back the man in you, not because you need to, but because you will want to. Improve your weight room and bedroom performance with the all-new VasoFlux for Men Natural Dietary Supplement. This unique blend of barks, roots, herbs, and vitamins is nature's way of keeping you in the game. And all for under $10. You can order yours today. Visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today.
This MRecktv content is sponsored by 9-7 Entertainment presents the movie Raina.
All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's go.
So we're gonna play this one smooth. Not going in there to rock any boats or make any waves, Neek.
It's gonna be straight, Raina. Definitely should crack for more than 150K. He got that shit, man.
150,000? Why you being so nice to me?
And I'm sure a man like you understands that a deal, even a good one, doesn't make itself happen.
Know you're the plug and such. You a joke's bound to happen if you slipping or you lacking. I'm gripping on the Mactin, ready for the action. Shots to make you break dance and have you do a backspin. I got more kicks than karate flicks. My whole team pushing Maserati whips. You on IG liking thotty pics. Shorty pocket broke but her body fixed.
Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact MRecktVpromo, MRecktVpromo @gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktV, youtube.com/MRecktV. I'm gone.
MRecktv. It's got a music.